Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Monos Historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. Netflix has announced those movies that are leaving at the end of the month, and while I'm still ferreting out all the details, I thought I'd give you a head start on these 46 titles that are leaving on September 1st. They grow up so fast. Jennifer Garner in 13 Going on 30. The Adult Entertainment Expose After Porn Ends. Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, and the sequel, The Dark Knight, which brought a posthumous Oscar for Joker Heath Ledger. Battle of Britain, The Real Story, one of several BBC documentaries which is leaving on the 1st, although, my usual disclaimer, if these documentaries all left and then almost immediately returned, or even immediately returned, it wouldn't be for the first time. Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman in Rob Reiner's The Bucket List. The urban farming documentary, Can You Dig This? Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas Out West saga, Casino, a movie which is doubly poignant today because the casino where it was filmed, the Riviera, has since been demolished to make room for more parking. Another BBC documentary, Churchill's First World War. Fernando Moraes' breathtaking chronicle of Rio slum life, City of God. Another BBC documentary recreating several episodes from D-Day. The GMO drama Consumed with Zoe Lister-Jones and Danny Glover. Robin Williams and Peter Weir's Oscar-winning Dead Poets Society. The BBC documentary Death Camp Treblinka, Survivor Stories. It's not very long because there were only 2 survivors of Treblinka. The spelunking horror combo of The Descent and The Descent 2. End Day, a BBC docudrama, envisions several doomsday scenarios. It's of special interest because it's directed by future Monsters and Godzilla director Gareth Edwards. A pair of healthier eating documentaries, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2. Then the documentary The First World War from Above resurrects long-lost aerial footage of the battlefields of World War I. Then modern-day aerial footage shows some of the lasting scars that were left on the landscape. Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Russell Brand in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Who You Gonna Call? Bill Murray and crew, of course, in Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Richard Gere in Lasse Hallström's Hachi, The Dog's Tale. Hiroshima, BBC History of World War II. Emma Roberts in Hotel for Dogs. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. I know it's only one Adam Sandler movie, but every time an Adam Sandler movie leaves, an angel gets his wings. Impossible Dreamers tells the story of athletes who don't let time stand in their way. Dolly Parton and Queen Latifah sing like bickering angels in Joyful Noise. Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart are just friends. The distaff romance Kiss Me accompany Swedish House Mafia on their last tour in Leave the World Behind. The Oscar-winning documentary and caper movie Man on Wire. The Pirates of the Caribbean sequel, Dead Man's Chest. The BBC documentary that follows the exploits of America's space pioneers, Rocket Men. Elena Anaya has a steamy sleepover in Julio Badem's Room in Rome. Princesses Elizabeth and Margaret step out on VE Day in a royal night out. Okay, the indie drama Sleeping Giant. The BBC cosmic documentary Supermassive Black Holes, and the BBC nature documentary Swimming with Killer Whales. A financial executive ends up serving at a diner in Waffle Street, featuring Danny Glover. David Wayne's landmark comedy Wet Hot American Summer, which unleashed a whole generation of comic talent upon the screen. A fascinating documentary about Hollywood costume designer Ori Kelly, Women He's Undressed, and finally, well, sort of finally, the muckraking documentary trilogy Zeitgeist, the movie, Zeitgeist Addendum, and Zeitgeist Moving Forward. Now, as I indicated, these are not all of the movies that will be leaving Netflix on the 1st. I will have the entire list updated daily on my blog, and I'll leave a link for you.